toxic gas leak at Sitakundo sheep breaking yard in Chattogram. BNP to hold Dua Mehfils tomorrow, marking birth anniversary of Khalda Zia. Nahid Islam warns government over promise on referendum mandate. Gas crisis at filling stations. Power production halted at Boropukuria unit. Those were the headlines. Good evening, viewers. I'm Riti Prova with English Bulletin. At least 9 workers, including 2 brothers, died after being exposed to toxic gas from a leaking tank of a scrap ship at ship-breaking factory in Bhatiyari of Chattogram. The incident occurred from a leaking tank of a decommissioned ship at Firdos Steel Ship Recycling Industries in Bhatiyari on Friday morning. 3 workers were initially found dead at the yard. 5 others later died after being taken to Chattogram Medical College Hospital. The identities of 5 of the deceased were confirmed. They are Sani Joldash, Polash Joldash and brothers Mansur Ali and Nasiruddin. All of them were residents of the Bhatiyari area. Finance Minister Amir Khosru Mahmud Chaudhary has announced Taka 10 lakh to each of the families of the deaths. The 82nd birthday of former BNP chairperson and former Prime Minister late Begum Khalda Zia will be observed tomorrow. Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP has announced a series of programs marking the birthday of its former chairperson. Dua and Milad Mehfils will be held at party offices and mosques across the country. Prime Minister's political advisor and BNP's Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi announced the program at a press conference at Central Party office in capital's Noyapolton on Friday afternoon. He said the program will begin at 11 a.m. at the party's Noyapolton Central Office and at Gulshan Party Office after Asr prayers. Senior leaders of the party will attend the events. The government will not be allowed to stay in power if they do not implement the referendum mandate as per their promises. Jatiyo Nagorik Party, NCP convener and opposition chief whip Nahid Islam issued the warning. He made the comment at a rally in capital's Jatrabari on Friday afternoon. He alleged that they are handing over the country to them from those they have conducted elections. The gas crisis is intensifying in the capital. Gas pressure has dropped to its lowest level due to reduced gas supply from the source. On Friday, severe gas crisis was seen at the filling stations in Dhaka. Gas supply is stopped at many stations. Transport owners and drivers of CNG-run vehicles are facing extreme hardship. Many people have been waiting since early morning to get gas of Taka 20 to 50. Even no gas signboards have been hung at most of the stations, causing sufferings to the common people. However, many are refueling their vehicles due to the gas crisis. CNG-run auto rickshaw drivers claim that despite the gas crisis, the owners are not reducing the fare, so they have no other option of charging extra fares from the passengers. The production remains suspended at number 1 unit of Dinajpur Boropukuria thermal power plant due to faulty in pump. The chief engineer of the thermal power plant, Abu Bakr Siddiqui, said a machinery fault was detected on Friday morning. Later, the authorities suspended the production. The unit was used to add 50 to 55 megawatts of power to the national grid. Repair works are underway for restoration of the unit. The unit will be restored within Saturday, the chief engineer added. The government is working to establish sports as a profession. State Minister for Youth and Sports, Mohammad Aminul Haq, made the comment. Addressing a shadow parliamentary debate competition organized by Debate for Democracy at FDC on Friday morning, he said the government's target is to ensure employment for the educated youths. Commenting that a den of corruption was created in the country over past 17 years, The state minister said a fair political environment will be created for the youths. Debate for Democracy chairman Hassan Ahmed Chaudhry Kiron said the frustrated youths took the path of drug addiction due to lack of employment. Now a short break. We will be back soon with UAE accuses Iran of attacks on 2 vessels in Strait of Hormuz. Welcome back. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. The prices of most of the daily necessities in the markets of capital Dhaka are slightly on the rise. Starting from rice, pulses, oil to eggs and vegetable markets, there is additional pressure on common buyers. On Friday morning, buyers said that the prices of products at farmers' market on Manikmia Avenue are higher than in other markets. Sellers denied this, citing the costs of various sectors. Both sellers and buyers said that the price of green chili has come down due to increased supply. They say the supply of vegetables has been disrupted due to continuous rain and adverse weather. However, the prices of fish, chicken and eggs are still unsettled. Vendors say transportation costs and supply shortages are affecting market prices. Rapid Action Battalion RAB said special operation is underway in capital's Mohammadpur to make it Godfather-free area. RAB claims that the juvenile gangs have been rooted out in the operations. Now there remains no juvenile gang in the area. RAB 2 Commander Additional DIG Noimul Hassan made the comments at a press conference at RAB Media Center at capital's Kauran Bazaar on Friday afternoon. He said 5 persons, including Johirul Islam alias Ripol, one of the main accused of juvenile gang leader of Mohammadpur, Alex Imon murder case, have been arrested. 2 foreign-made pistols, 1 gun and 7 local-made sharp machetes have been recovered from their possession. Police have recovered the bodies of a mother and her 4-year-old daughter from their residence in Mirzapur of Tangail. The bodies were recovered on Friday morning from village Dhupuria under Anaitara Union of the Upojela. The deceased are 22-year-old Konika Akhtar, wife of Rajib Hussain, a mason from Dhupuria village, and their 4-year-old daughter Rajia. Local sources said Rajia and Konika were married about 6 years ago through a romantic relationship. There had been marital discord between them since the marriage. On Thursday night, Rajib Hussain went to Sylhet. On Friday morning, police recovered the bodies. Viewers, will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching English Bulletin. Now news around the world. The UAE has accused Iran for attacking 2 ad hoc vessels linked to its national oil company in the Hormuz Strait. It condemned the strikes, describing as attempts to piracy and a threat to global energy security. Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, ADNOC, confirmed that 2 of its vessels were attacked while transiting the waterway Thursday evening. UAE Foreign Affairs Ministry stated on Friday the situation was brought under control and no injuries reported from the attack. However, UAE strongly condemned and denounced the hostile Iranian attack. US has been sending a new Pacific-based aircraft carrier, USS George Washington, to Middle East to relieve USS Abraham Lincoln amid sailor fatigue concerns. According to Navy statements, USS Washington has begun heading towards Middle East. US military is preparing to replace the Lincoln with Washington as part of a scheduled Middle East deployment amid growing concerns over living conditions aboard the Lincoln and the strain on troops during the Iran war. Reports have emerged about mental health and supply issues on the Lincoln as a ship was deployed from the San Diego in late November has set the record for uninterrupted time at sea with over 240 days.
Later, that warship was in operation.
U.S. adopted fresh strategy to keep Iran under pressure to return to the negotiating table. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said Washington can sustain its ongoing naval blockade on the Iranian ports indefinitely. Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said America will apply economic measures against Iran that have never been seen before in efforts to isolate Tehran. Besides, Vice President J.D. Vance has also outlined Washington's key objectives in the Iran conflict as keeping energy prices stable for Americans, preventing Tehran from acquiring nuclear weapons and securing a stronger U.S. position. Yemen is now closer to renewed all-out war than it has been at any point since April 2022 truce was struck. United Nations Special Envoy for Yemen, Hans Grunberg, has warned. UN Special Envoy recently told UN Security Council military activity intensified across Yemen's frozen front lines in recent days are causing military and civilian casualties. Renewed Houthi At least 7 workers died as an under-construction tunnel at a hydropower project in India's northern hill state of Uttarakhand collapsed overnight. Reportedly, 14 others injured and undergoing treatment in the hospital. State authorities said on Friday, search for 3 missing persons is currently underway. The incident occurred in a tunnel at Vishnugad, Pipalkoti hydroelectric project in Chamoli district later on Thursday night, when landslides and subsidence caused debris and water to fill half of the tunnel, trapping workers inside. Of 22 people who were working in the tunnel, 14 have been rescued alive and another 3 are still missing. Before ending the bulletin, top stories once again. 9 die after toxic gas leak at Sitakundo shipbreaking yard in Chattogram. BNP to hold Dua Mahfils tomorrow, marking birth anniversary of Khaldazia. Nahid Islam warns government over promise on referendum mandate. Gas crisis at filling stations, power production halted at Boropukuria unit. UAE accuses Iran of attacks on 2 vessels in Strait of Hormuz. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.